Welcome back, guys. So we're back with another trade. This one is not on BNB, but the news that I have to update you guys on does sort of have to do with BNB and Binance. So as some of you guys know, Binance is going through some legal issues with the government and all of that, and I have decided that we will be cutting back our exposure on the exchange. So we're gonna have less margin on there. Every month I'm gonna reset it to a million, whatever, right? Until things are better. And if you guys are in the Haven, you guys would have already seen or read this announcement. It's not a big deal, but for the YouTube community, that's what's happening. So every month you're gonna see the equity reset to a million, and that's just temporary until either one, the criminal allegations are gone, or at least we prevented an FTX 2.0 event from happening. Because if I didn't do this and Binance went down for whatever reason, I would feel like a fucking idiot, because I could always put the money back on the exchange. But if the exchange were to, fingers crossed, die, I might not be able to get the funds off. So this is just a precaution on my end. Hopefully that answers any future questions. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so our first entry is on Solana. It is a short, right? So let me use this chart to kind of show you what I'm looking at. Short is just off this 4-hour cluster right here. I don't know why it's purple, don't ask. But our current size is just 340K at around 21.5. So right around here, right? 21.5. I'm hoping that we can get another spike up, given that on the hourly, this looks like an area that should bounce, right? An area that should do something like this, maybe like 21.76. So I'm gonna go ahead and place a 21.75 entry in case it wicks a little bit higher. I'm gonna have 21.85. Let's see what orders that is. Okay, so these are my current orders right here. So placed not too long ago, 21.62. So I have 21.62, 21.75, 21.85. And hopefully some of these fill. Obviously where we're wrong is if prices come up above this area, right? So if it wicks above here, I'm probably wrong, which is about 4% away. And if it closes above this 22-ish area, like an hourly close above this 22, I'm probably wrong. And where we're targeting with this is actually a 4-hour area. So I'm actually looking for something right here, right around here. The reason for that is it's just the low right here, which coincides with this area of support, right? So something like this to that 20 and a half or something, which is what, 5% or so roughly. That's what I'm looking for right here. So we'll see how well this goes. I'll check back with you guys later. Interesting thing to note too is that with this Solana nuke, there's actually a pair that's doing very well, right? And this is also layer 1, which tells me that one, there's not enough capital to actually pump both simultaneously in the same fashion. So I think it is a rotation from Solana into AVAX. And then once Solana finds probably this 20.5, I'm actually gonna go ahead and start shorting AVAX as a pair trade. So that's the plan right now on the fly as these relationships are forming, right? These inverse relationships. So we'll see how well this goes. Maybe I just eat shit, but I'm looking for somewhere in the $20, maybe 20.6, right? And then that should coincide with AVAX right here, potentially pushing up to this $14 area, right? 14, maybe just over 14 or just under 14, but roughly 14. Okay. All right, so we got a little bit more of a fill. Again, we got that hourly bounce right here. Let me go ahead and remove the drawings so you guys can see. So we got that bounce. I still wanted to go maybe a little bit higher around, again, that like 21.85, right? So we got some fills. We still need our 21.75, 21.85 fills. So far about a $500,000 position. We are underwater, but I am not necessarily too worried, at least not yet, right? Maybe if we get the hourly close above 21.8, I would be worried. But again, that's about 1.5%. You can't play this game and be afraid of taking some risk. I'm hoping that we can get up to around 21.8 so I can get fully filled. But if not, it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, target is still somewhere around here, right? Maybe it could be a sweep of this area, but we'll see what the market does as it continues to play out. And on top of things, we are starting to see that negative funding start to flip back into positive, into that neutral funding almost, right? So that's always a good sign. I'm always wary of shorting things that are heavily negative funded. And that doesn't always mean that people are shorting it. It could mean a variety of things, right? It could mean people are hedging. It could mean, maybe there's some type of staking thing, where people are shorting the futures to hedge their spot holdings, whatever. Who knows? But yeah, so we'll check in with this in a bit. We'll see how this goes. Peace. Okay, so we are back. These are new positions overnight, so some fills, basically all of them, off this little wick right here. Yeah, so this is a little scary right here. I did have alerts set on TradingView for 22.5, and it did just get there, right? But it was like almost like an immediate sell-off, where the moment it hit this, it just immediately sold back. And I did wake up in the middle of the night to kind of see this. But yeah, so we are still in the position, again, fully loaded on the short. This is probably as much size as I want to go, just because the market does seem pretty strong, right? In a relatively good uptrend right now. We're looking to buy pullbacks, so even something down here, right, 20 something is our area, and this is where we would flip long. So I'm looking forward to this. If you look at AVAX, also approaching this resistance right here. I don't think it has too much left in it. The relation between AVAX and Solana is pretty interesting. So I'll keep making note of this, and we'll see how this looks in a little bit. Until then, no more orders. So we are fully loaded on this position. Alright, so we are seeing the breakdown right here. If you look at the 4 hour, it is approaching this support area that we want to see, just below 21 in the 20s. This is a good bounce, I guess, from 20.75. This is off the daily close, so I will be closing this position out here. We're about to make around $18,000 roughly. Again, I don't want to really stay short because I'm looking for the long down around 20.5, right? The goal is just to capture the most of this move, right? The bulk of the move, not every single percentage that we can get. So a little post-mortem on this trade right here. This was a multi-day trade, a little bit longer than I thought it'd be, but I can't really predict when the market is gonna move all the time, at least, and not supremely accurate. Yeah, so we're looking at this 4 hour cluster at the top. Went a little bit higher. That was kind of scary right here, but it ultimately just kept rejecting down every 4 hour, which gave us that confidence to play this, right? And then we closed the position at this first sign of support. Why the first sign and not the bottom? It's because this asset is performing pretty well relative to the rest of the market. There was a lot of Solana strength, so I just didn't want to keep aiming for such a far target, even though we might get that, right? We might get another short opportunity at like 21.5 on a lower high. That's why we're not aiming here, and we're aiming here. And in fact, if it comes down here, I would even look for a long, and I would probably look for a lower high bounce, even in the lower 20s, right? Like 20.4, 20.5, whatever. I'd look for a long. But yeah, that's our short setup. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, let me know. Let me know if there's, additions to this process that you'd like me to do. But generally speaking, I want to keep these videos short, straight to the point, and somewhat educational as well, right? I know not everybody trades the same, not everybody trades the same assets, not everyone trades on the same platforms, but I hope that at least a little bit of these concepts you can take and carry over into your own trading. And if not, I hope you at least enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.